Hey guys, we're going to talk about end of life and bereavement. And I have a lot to say about this and stories. And I don't know if it's because I work in critical care or if I did my training in critical care, but I do want to keep it brief, but I do have a lot to say. So, in the beginning of your notes, we talk about hospice care and then what that is compared to palliative care. I have a diagram in there for you guys, the differences and similarities between palliative and hospice care. Um, that is important to know. They do work really closely together, but they are different entities. Now, we use palliative in the hospital really for helping with pain management. Now, when we refer patients to hospice, kids can still receive chemotherapies while they're on hospice. Adults cannot receive chemotherapy and be on hospice. I don't know if that's just an us thing, if that's a nationwide thing, but that is how it is here. You can receive chemotherapy just to help with disease progression and symptom management and still be on hospice. When we're talking to kids and we're talking about families at end of life, we always use the D words: death, dying, dead. That's what we use. We never use euphemisms for death because think about it. If the family told their child, oh, um, our son, Dylan, he went to a better place. And the daughter's like, well, he went to Disney World without us. Why? Why are we all not there? Right. And then we have to backtrack and then we have to clarify misconceptions. And that just leads into a whole host of other explanations. And you're trying to say dead, but not say dead. We just say dead. They died is the most final terms we have. The thing, though, when we're communicating death to younger children is the idea that it's forever, it's permanent. So our older kids, they understand that it's permanent, and me and kids too, who if they've experienced a loss before. But with our younger kids, it's that concept of forever that is very, I wouldn't really say abstract, but it is future thinking, right? It's forever, it's permanent. And I lost my train of thought. But families, when they lose a child, it is very unnatural to lose a child, first of all, because also they're not only grieving their child, but they're grieving the loss of their child's future. They're never going to get married or have a child or go to college, graduate, have a career, what have you. And so they're not only grieving in the moment, but they're grieving the loss of their child. So every death that I've been a part of has been different in some capacity, whether it was the reason for why the child died, the social situations surrounding it. I've been with patients from their diagnosis to their death. I have been with kids who the families did not want to be at the bedside while their child was removed from life support and was naturally passing. I was there instead in lieu of the family and well, instead of the family. And it is okay to be sad and have feelings about death. Yes, you want to be professional because this is your role to guide these families and these siblings through loss, but you're still a human at the end of the day. And it is okay to have your feelings and to have a little tear in the corner of your eye during these times. I've been in family meetings, our nurse practitioner was talking to a family and he was talking to them, but he just had tears coming down his face. Now, if we're at the point though, when we're in an end of life situation and you are the one console and the family is the one consoling you, you gotta get it together. That should not be the situation at all. There's a time and a place for having your feelings and debriefing and decompressing. But if in the moment the family is consoling you, then you need to step out of the situation. When we do end of life care, sometimes, so we do memory making things, and each hospital is different in what they provide. We provide at UMC a heartbeat recording. So one of our nurse practitioners will get a get an ultrasound and record the heartbeat. I'll have the little recorder next to it, and then the family picks a stuffed animal. I stick the recorder in the back of it, and then they squeeze the stuffed animal, and they can hear their child's heartbeat. We also do fingerprint charms. And so that is just a fingerprint of the child in a little clay mold, and we send it out, and then that gets sent to the family and it turns into a charm, and families can order as many as they want. And then we also do hand molds, or if they're small, we could do a hand and a foot mold. And it's a 3D mold. It's the same material that we use at the orthodontist when you get an impression. It's the alginate, it's the same stuff. And so we do that as well. Now, do we do that before the patient passes or we do it post-mortem? Well, if we're going to do the heartbeat recording, we need to do it while the child is still on life support, still has a heartbeat. But the hand molds, the fingerprint charms, anything else that the family wants as well can be done while they're on life support still, or post-mortem. Now at UMC, what we do is we have a call schedule. And so if a pediatric death happens overnight, or if the staff knows that, hey, this kid's not going to make it until Hannah gets in here in the morning, then one of us, me and my coworkers, were on call and we'll come in, provide support to a sibling, family, do the memory making things. This does happen, and it does not happen frequently, but it has happened where I've had to go in at midnight and provide support and resources and memory making things for families. But always remember, though, too, that you are doing something that a lot of people cannot do in these moments, and that is being intentional and providing absolute care to these families during these times. You are literally living next to this family in the worst day of their life, the worst moment of their life. You will not forget the shoulders that you rub, the hands you hold, the screams from the mother as their child is taking their last breath. It is very, it's really an honor to be able to provide services during those times. It's very meaningful. And you might be thinking, well, Hannah, how do you do something so heavy like that? And then you have to go about the rest of your day. What if someone has an end of chemo celebration and you just had a bereavement? Well, or you're going to the next room and you have to, turn it right around and then meet their needs and where they are. Well, it definitely takes some self-care and knowing what your own boundaries are and reflecting on what's going to help you and help you process and help you carry that child in your heart as you carry on. So some people, they leave work, they go work out, lift weights. Could never be me. Never, could not be me, but that's might be really helpful for someone else. So it's really, I don't have the answer for, oh, well, what helps you not take that at home? What helps you decompress? Because it's going to be different for everybody, and that's okay. We're all different people. We all have different things that help us relax and unwind. My power, I think, just flickered. Any hoosers. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you want me to talk further about end of life situations, if you want me to share stories of different patients, different situations that I've been in. I also see children of adult patients if mom or dad is about to pass away. So I do help have that conversation with the kids, but I'll post this for now, and then I'll post another thing later on. If you do want to discuss this a little bit more, this is a core competency for child life. It is pretty heavy topic. I know that there are courses that have, like, for ACLP, a death and dying class has to be fulfilled. So we're going to touch on it here in this intro to child life class, but we won't, that's why we're only spending one day on it. But if you guys, since this is such a really serious topic, and it is something that we face, if you guys do want me to talk about this a little bit more, I'll put up a link or a poll or do something, and then I can hop on here and we can chat some more about death and end of life and conversations and whatever you guys want to talk about this. So go ahead and read. It's chapter 13. And there's a blog post for Wednesday, 6/21 as well. And I'll get back to you guys, but holler, shoot me a message or anything if y'all have any questions.